Weather and traffic together. Of course, Michelle tracking Hurricane Irene, but it sounds like, Michelle, there's going to be some additional precipitation perhaps headed our way later today.
Yeah, we're forecasting some thunderstorms for this evening and tonight. I am going to talk about that, but the main focus remains on Irene, which is a large and dangerous storm still as it's moving through the Bahamas this morning. The strength of it's pretty much unchanged from the overnight hours. 115-mile-an-hour sustained winds, gusts to 140. It's moving to the northwest at 10. We expect it to start making a turn to the north-northwest and then eventually the north as we head into the next 24 to 36 hours. And on that path, it's going to stay off the coast of Florida, strengthening perhaps into a Category 4 by this evening and tonight. And then it is expected to go back down to a Category 3 hurricane as it approaches the Outer Banks of North Carolina. It's going to run into some cooler water there. It'll be by early Sunday morning moving past the North Carolina coastline. These are in the pre-dawn hours of Sunday. And the latest track from the National Hurricane Center still has a New England landfall here over Long Island, moving through Connecticut. This is slightly to the west of what we had yesterday evening, but this far out, still 3 to 4 days away, we expect some flip-flopping from our computer model. So yesterday they were trending east, today they're trending west. Bottom line is Rhode Island, southeastern Massachusetts still remains in the center here of our cone of uncertainty. So a direct hit is still quite possible in our area. In fact, several computer models still have this storm system moving right through New England and Rhode Island over the daytime on Sunday into Sunday evening. You can see the spread of the tracks here, most of them with that New England landfall, which is why we're looking at a high chance now of a potential hit in New England. One of the things that we'll be keeping a close eye on is what side of the storm are we on? And I talked about this yesterday. We are now looking at the current track being on the eastern side of the storm. Well, that's where the strongest winds in the storm surge are. What happens in this northeastern quadrant is that you get these winds out of the south-southeast. That would push water up Narragansett Bay and Buzzards Bay and lead to potentially a significant and damaging storm surge. This is also in the northeast quadrant where we would be, given the latest track, where you could have some weak tornadoes rather, develop in these hurricanes. On the western side is where the heaviest rain is, but it doesn't mean that we'll be spared any flooding here either. All right, Saturday, a few showers and thunderstorms from the moisture, the tropical moisture from this storm already working its way in, but it doesn't look like a complete washout. Sunday, I expect deteriorating conditions in the morning. The height of this storm as it makes its way into our area would be in the afternoon and evening hours. We're looking at large waves and swells from this storm, probably arriving as early as the end of the day tomorrow, making beaches, especially along the south coast, dangerous for that risk of rip currents. Heavy rain and flooding, a high potential there. Hurricane force winds also a threat. Coastal storm surge flooding. We'll be keeping an eye again on the track of the storm, but widespread power outages likely in this sort of situation. So that's all, again, mostly on Sunday. Right now, the skies are dry, but as Patrick said, we are watching a cold front approaching out ahead of it. Temperatures are warmer than what we've had last few days. We're in the upper 60s to lower 70s right now, and the humidity is on the increase as well. I want to show you that line of showers and thunderstorms for today because there is, again, the threat of some strong, even severe thunderstorms in here, and the timing for us would be around sunset and into the overnight hours. So increasing clouds this morning, 65 to 75. For the afternoon hours, we're going to have to, again, keep an eye to the sky, especially late in the day. Temperatures should be a bit warmer than the last few days, into the low to mid 80s in our inland areas under hazy sun and clouds, breezy and muggy with those late day and evening thunderstorms. And we're looking at a muggy day, evening thunder as you head into Massachusetts, New Bedford, Fall River, and Seekonk, all in the lower 80s. So your 7-day futurecast here, drying out on Friday, 86 with sunshine in the afternoon, a few showers Saturday, but hurricane conditions possible Sunday. Definitely check back in with updates. We'll have a complete